It's the kind of encounter sparking protests across the country. Body cam video captures Atlanta police violently confronting two college students over the weekend. Messiah Young and Taniyah Pilgrim say they were getting something to eat when they got stuck in traffic during a protest.
Get out the car. No, I don't know what's going on. Get out the car.
What happened next made them fear for their lives.
Stop! I'm getting out!
Moments later, one of the officers smashes the window before using a stun gun to drag them out of the car. Young suffered a fractured arm, needed 20 stitches. But the pain felt by the community quickly turned to anger.
Use of excessive force is never acceptable.
And we are joined now by Messiah Young and Taniyah Pilgrim, along with their attorneys, Mawuli Davis and Chris Stewart. Thank you all for joining us this morning. First of all, Messiah, I see that big cast on your arm. How are you feeling this morning?
Considering the circumstance, I'm doing okay.
So walk us through what happened on Saturday night.
We were kind of in a traffic jam. It was very hard to move, very hard to get down the street. It was bumper to bumper. And I see a friend of mine on the sidewalk. So of course, naturally, I just say, hey, what's up? You know, I'm talking to him, making sure he's okay. This probably lasted about 10 seconds. And all of a sudden, he just tackled, like, just straight separated from the car. He was literally an inch away from where I was, like, from the passenger seat, or from the driver's seat, I'm sorry. And he was just taken aback. They literally just threw him to the ground and tackled him. Soon, there was just so many cops swarming the car, literally just out of nowhere. And from then, it was just utter chaos. Like, it's literally just...
And Taniyah, I know this has all happened so fast and it's so hard to process, but you actually felt right in that moment that you might die in that car.
Yeah, I actually thought both me and Messiah were gonna die. Like, the way everything happened so fast, there was no telling what could happen in the next moment, because from 10 seconds before to the time it was going on, who could have predicted any of this?
Do you have any sense of why the officers were so aggressive so quickly?
Basically, just because when they tackled him, we were there, basically. Like,
yeah,
we saw what happened. Like, we were there. We saw everything. We were so in shock. So who knew what was going to happen next? We had no clue.
The officers, two of the officers, as you know, has been fired, and 3 others have been put on desk duty. Mr. Davis, what more do you expect, what more do you want to have happen now in the department and with those officers?
We would like for the officers to be criminally prosecuted. Additionally, there were other officers. What was captured on film was not the end of the torment that these 2 young people experienced. And so there are other officers that we want the city to hold accountable, and we want them fired and prosecuted as well. And so that has to happen for there to be any sense of justice for these young people and their families.
And Mr. Stewart, will you be taking civil action as well?
Definitely. Right now, we're already starting to work on all of the proper documents and getting the lawsuit ready, but this is going to be bigger than a lawsuit. There have to be fundamental changes with policing. I mean, just look across the country.
And Messiah, what's your message now, having gone through this, to everyone watching at home about what happened, about the police, about what kind of changes you want to see now in the country?
At this point, this just needs to cease. All of the brutality in every department throughout the country, it just needs to end.
Well, we are sorry for what happened to you. Thank you for sharing your stories with us this morning.
Thank you guys so much.